Hey roamers, here we go again. Renovation of Rosie 2.3 begins.
This motorhome is getting a makeover.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Linda.
And this is Roaming with Rosie. In 2019, we bought a 2001 Holiday Rambler Ambassador, and we completely remodeled the interior of that coach.
And here we are in 2025, and now we have a 2017 Holiday Rambler, and we're going to do it all over again. This project's going to involve changing the wall colors, replacing all the flooring, and creating new window treatments all the way around the coach.
And I got a few other things up my sleeve that I want to change out on the coach as well.
We're starting here in the bedroom. You might not be able to tell it's the bedroom, but it is the darkest, most enclosed space in the whole RV. I really need this to change first.
She needs to have this place changed first. So let's get ready to rumble!
Which one is that?
It says right.
But it's right when you're facing it, right?
Right. When you're looking at it, it's right.
But when I'm laying there, it's left.
Yeah, but we're not. Look out, buddy.
So really important to label everything.
Yes, because when you go to put something back, if you don't label it, even though the cabinet drawers look the same, they're not mounted the same, so when you go and put them back up, they may not line up in the same place, and everything's going to be...
Although you're not remounting these.
Not remounting what?
These.
I understand that.
But you're going to use the blinds.
They're not blinds, they're called shades.
On the front, there's two buttons. One says shade and one says blind.
They're both shades.
One says blind and
one's
says...
One's a shade you can actually see through, and then one's a blocker.
It's blind. It says blind.
You can call it whatever you want. You have any plastic bags or anything?
Yeah. Do you want that for the hardware?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, do I need to get that right this second?
Yeah.
I'm filming though. Okay.
I teach Linda how to use this thing. It's almost like rocket science. I learned how to do it when I was working on the Golden Gate Bridge. So I'm going to take some of my knowledge and share it with my spouse.
I was in metal shop in 1972.
That doesn't mean anything. So what you do is you see the Phillips screw head, you put it in there, pull the trigger, and it's out.
Do it again, I wasn't watching.
Okay.
Teaching somebody with ADHD.
I think what we should do is just let me continue to take the screws out.
Let me try. Okay, so what makes it go backwards?
Well, it's got a switch on it.
Yeah, that's the part I need to know.
Taking something, you're just taking it out, so you don't need to worry about the switch.
Show me the switch.
It's all set up for you.
Show me the switch.
Switch is right here. If you push it that way, it's putting the screw in. If you put it that way, it's pulling the screw out.
Okay, let me do one.
Right.
There.
Okay, we can't have that. That's what strips the screws. When you hear that grinding noise,
so that you have to push?
You have to push a little bit.
Okay.
Keep pressure on it. Don't pull the trigger till you're on it. Okay, go ahead. There you go.
Okay.
That's all there is to it.
Okay, let me do some more. Kind of fun.
It's kind of fun using tools.
When they're not too heavy. This one's not too heavy. Dexter's protecting me.
Okay.
Okay.
You got those all out?
That was fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do the screws go?
In the bag marked Linda's closet.
Okay. One thing you notice, there's 2 handles, and you had all those hinges. The reason being is these used to be 2 separate doors. They are 2 separate doors.
Because there was a washer dryer.
It was a washer dryer closet, and it wasn't really. They had all. It was all plumbed and everything for that, but we don't use it for that. We don't want a washer and dryer. And that has become Linda's closet. The problem is there was a bar, piece of wood, that went from here all the way over there. So if she went to go get her clothes, she was always blocked by the bar. So I took that out to make it easier for her.
And you temporarily put that in.
And I put this on here so that it's all one piece, so that when she opens the door, it comes out as one piece.
Are we keeping that door?
And you don't see a big gap here.
So am I painting that, or
we're going to paint that so it all matches?
Oh.
And that's going to keep these together.
By the way, if you guys don't have one of these, this has been awesome to store my shoes. Sometimes I store my socks in there too. Sometimes I store baseball caps in there. So that's part 1 of the bedroom. All these lower cabinets we're going to do after, because we don't want this many pieces out and undone at the same time.
Right, and we have a limited amount of space to be able to work with all the cabinet doors. I'm going to set up a table, basically a work area, so I can prime these and then eventually paint them.
Hey roamers, this episode is sponsored by Brooklyn Bedding. You may know them as RV Mattress, but did you know they make mattresses for your home too? We take our house with us when we travel the country, so why should we compromise on our mattress?
We had the opportunity to tour their factory in Arizona and found out why they have so many happy campers. They go to the extreme to ensure that every mattress they make is exactly what the customer ordered.
It was really cool to see the whole process in their huge factory, especially how each type of mattress they make is designed for specific customer preferences. At the end of our tour, we chose our perfect mattress from the Brooklyn Bedding line. It's a queen-size Copperflex foam mattress. Our Copperflex mattress uses specific memory foam infused with copper particles, giving it moisture wicking and heat regulation, as well as natural antimicrobial properties that promote a healthier sleep environment, which is perfect for all the types of weather we encounter in our travels, especially when boondocking and conserving power. The Brooklyn Bedding line can still be sent to anywhere in the continental U.S. with free shipping. There it goes. They make a huge variety of sizes to fit most RV needs. Our requirements to fit in our motorhome is that it had to be under 13 inches high, because when that bedroom slide retracts, the bed has to fit under the cabinets. We just headed out last week after finishing this part of the motorhome's interior, so we've slept on it for just a week so far, but I'm a side sleeper with some arthritis in my back. So far, it's been all that I hoped. The Copperflex absorbs all of the pressure, and it helps to keep my spine in alignment.
No aches and pains and a good night's sleep have made driving the motorhome for long periods of time a lot more relaxing.
But if it wasn't right for us, we know that each mattress comes with a 120-night comfort trial and a limited lifetime warranty.
We're loving this mattress, and we think you would too. If you're looking to end uncomfortable, restless nights, or are ready to replace that cheap RV mattress that came with the RV when you bought it, use our link brooklynbedding.com/roamingwithrosie.
And you can use the QR code here or the link that's down in this video's description and get 30% off if you use the code RoamingWithRosie.
Okay, now that we've removed all the hardware and the doors and all that kind of stuff, next step for the cabinets is we're going to use this Rust-Oleum cabinet transformation deglosser. We have this left over from when we remodeled some cabinets in our old house. What this does is it basically takes when you look at your cabinets, it's kind of shiny. It takes that shine off, but it also gets rid of any grease or any of that kind of stuff, and it actually preps your cabinet for you to use a bonding primer. So this is going to be the next step. We're going to use this. We're going to wipe down all the cabinets in here, And we're going to do it with one of these green scouring pads. Now these aren't real heavy duty like some of the maroon colored ones where they'll really scratch everything up. This will just kind of scour it pretty nicely, and this product's going to make it so that when we go to put our bonding primer on there, it's going to adhere really well. So that's going to be the next step. So we're going to wipe down all these cabinets with this stuff.
So I looked up to see if you can still buy this. We did all of the cabinets in our former house, and then we did the original Rosie cabinets with this.
Right.
You get a whole lot of it when you get a cabinet transformations kit that includes your paint and everything. So I looked up to see if you could buy this by itself. You cannot. So I asked Amazon, what other product can you use? And it said lots of products, and then it gave no other products, and then it showed this product again. So I did look up to see if there's any way to buy this by itself. There is not, unless you go to eBay, and a whole bunch of people are like us, where they've done a cabinet transformation and you've got enough of this to last you for the next century. So people are selling this on eBay.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you buy this, I can't remember when we bought the big kit for our kitchen cabinet, I think it came with 2 of these.
Yeah, and the big kit.
And then we bought another kit when we did, I think, our bathroom, and it came with another one. So we had 3 of them. And this goes a long way. Like this bottle will do our entire RV, and there'll probably be some left over. So
if you go on eBay, you can find some of it pretty cheap, and it's really great because we don't have to do any sanding.
After we hit the cabinets with this and wipe it all down, then we're going to hit it with TSP mixed in water. That way we know everything's good and clean and all that, and then after that we'll hit it with the bonding primer.
So we've already finished this area. Over here we did the molding, we did the base to the non-end tables, we did the cabinet itself. We're not doing these walls yet because we're going to do something different with those. And now we're over here to the closets.
Right.
Go ahead, show them how easy it is.
Okay, so here, scrubbing it up here, boss. You don't have to do it real hard because the product kind of does what it's supposed to do, but you're using this because you're giving it a little bit of scuff so that your bonding primer has something to stick to.
But there is some gross dirt on them and stuff.
Right, and it comes off when you do this process.
And then again when you hit it with a TSP.
And then when you hit it with a TSP, it's going to be cleaned up again.
It's day 2 of this motorhome makeover. We started here in the bedroom. That's where we're continuing to work today.
Now today what we need to do is we need to wipe down everything after using the deglosser. So you can use any kind of TSP product you want. I found this by Clean Strip. It's called TSP Substitute. It's specifically made for cleaning prior to painting, and you don't dilute this. So basically all we're going to do is wipe it down with this with some rags, and then we're going to dry it. Once that's all done, then I'm just going to take a new clean cloth with just regular water and wipe it down, and then we'll be ready to prime.
So using that deglosser yesterday, even though I don't remember that in the past it gave me a headache, maybe it was better ventilated where we were, but we both got headaches. So do be sure to have your whatever areas you're working in really well ventilated. It looks like we're pretty close to being able to put our first coat of primer on. Just wiping that down.
Now that we've wiped everything down with TSP and dried it, our next step is we're going to go ahead and hit it with the primer. I decided to go with Sherwin-Williams. This is the Extreme Bonding Primer. I know Sherwin-Williams is a little bit more expensive than, say, your Home Depot paints like Behr and stuff like that. But all the reviews that I've read said that, one, this bonding primer is really good, and then the paint that we're going to be using, the Emerald paint, which is a urethane paint, is a really good paint. Now normally when you paint, you would mask off with you know, masking tape or frog tape or the blue tape, the 3M blue tape. After doing a little research, though, we found out that if you put this on, say, the ceiling, which is this vinyl ceiling, it could damage it. It could actually rip the vinyl because this tape sticks really well to give you a nice sharp edge. So we're not going to use that. What we're going to use is, I have a drywall knife up in the corner there, and I also have this putty knife, you know, for fixing holes in walls and stuff like that. I'm just going to go along with that as I'm painting. One, to make it so we don't get any paint on the ceiling, and two, to give myself a nice sharp edge. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and get started applying that primer.
This looks like somebody put this on with focus problems.
Focus problem?
Yeah. I'm going to do 6 inches here. I'm going to do 3 feet there. I'm going to do all but this little part here.
What are you talking about?
This side I'm going to do all of that part. How's the progress? So we got all this done.
Hey guys, so we got all the priming done. So next step is we're going to put the first coat of our finish color on the cabinets and all that. And what we're using is the Sherwin-Williams Emerald, and it's a urethane trim and cabinet paint. It's interior and exterior. This is not a cheap paint, but it's very durable, and it goes on really nicely. So I'm going to pour that in. We're going to start putting that on over top of the primer.
So everything's primered, ready to go for the first coat of paint. It's Sochi White from Sherwin-Williams. It's actually not a white, although it looks white, but when you compare it to white, it's really more of a coffee color, wouldn't you say?
Coffee?
Light coffee latte.
I don't know about that. So it's not a real, compared to the primer, you can see it's not real white.
No, it's just gonna look white compared to everything. You always think you go so many shades off white and then it looks white. But it's more of a bone color, I guess. If you had latte colored bones.
I have no response to that.
It's gonna be pretty though. You can already tell just by getting the primer in here how much lighter the room is.
Well, we got one coat on these cabinets here where our wardrobe is and all that kind of stuff. But I do want to say something. All the times I've painted, and I've been painting for years, this emerald paint is probably the nicest paint I've ever worked with. Goes on really super smooth. It's just really a nice paint. You're paying for it, but it's really a great paint. So I'm glad I chose that. So let's continue on. We'll get that done over top of the bed, and then we got to put a second coat on.
So there's all these gaps here that didn't show up when it was all dark. But now that it's white, you can see all these gaps. So you're going to fill them?
Yeah, I'm going to fill it so it doesn't...
And how will you make the texture look so it doesn't just look like a clump of goo?
You mean this?
Yeah.
Well, when you apply your caulk, it goes in like that, and you go over it with your finger, and it'll take the same shape.
Okay, I'll witness that. So I wonder if when they paint them light colors, like the new ones we saw, if they have to cut their pieces to actually fit, rather than be so sloppy about it. Like when it was all dark, you had no idea that was even there, without looking really close at it. So today Jamie's putting on a second coat of paint. So far We've gone deglossing, TSP cleaning off any residual of that, putting a primer on, painting the first coat, then realizing that there was areas that needed to be caulked because when it was all dark wood you couldn't see the gaps in some of it. So yesterday he did that. Today he's putting on the second and hopefully final coat of paint. So what is it you like about this super expensive Sherwin-Williams paint?
I mean, the best way to describe when you're applying it, it goes on really super smooth. There's no, some paints you have to thin them because they drag or whatever, and this you don't have to do any of that. It's just really a good paint.
So it's not a quick
It's the
dry.
first time I've ever painted with this paint, and
It's a huge difference.
yes. I've already gotten the upper cabinets above the bed done and the slide molding done. I think it looks really good. Really lightens everything up. Now we're working on the lower part of the cabinets over here. We got this part done. Currently painting the cabinet door for there and the 2 doors for here. While that's drying, I'm starting to get all this taken apart so I can do the same process, deglosser, TSP, prime, and paint.
Not sure what we'd do if we were full-time in the RV, but we're really making use of having a garage right now to get all of these cabinets done. We would be having to come up with some place that was sheltered to be able to paint everything. On our next episode, we'll show you how to create a unique wall treatment effect, as well as cool accessories to complete the bedroom and master bathroom look. And in upcoming episodes, we'll continue the renovation in the main cabin and half bath. We'll also walk you through crafting a rustic door and matching wood valances. You won't want to miss those, so if you haven't already, subscribe and be sure to hit the notification bell so YouTube will serve you that content. But also, head on over to the Roaming with Rosie Facebook page and like and follow that. We post updates on everything we're doing throughout each week.